products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
In recognition of our nation's independence, we're celebrating the journey to 50 with an exclusive car insurance offer. If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Excuse me, miss. What's that ding-ding noise?
Oh, that's customers collecting points from a frequent shopper program.
Okay.
Each time you shop with your frequent shopper card, you earn points, which can be redeemed for future discounts on purchases. Seems like you don't have one.
Nope.
You can sign up today and start collecting your points.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, we want to say hello and welcome to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. Hello to one and all. Of course, we have a few things to talk to you about, some of the things that we told you that we were going to discuss today from last night's program. So we have that to talk to you about as well. We want to say hello to the first-time viewers on the business, and of course to all the usual suspects, those of you who are always on the program. We're saying hello to you. There's an adjustment to the requirement for the D-Class license upgrade. Something that we discussed on the program should happen last night. It's actually implemented now. We'll talk to you about that. There's a 90-day firearm amnesty that will begin in a couple of hours. Well, no. Or what? Tomorrow is what? June? April, May. No, actually May. Hey, let get. You understand? Tell you, when you're busy by months, weeks, everything tie up. Yes, so we're starting the gun amnesty as of May 1st. Alright, we're going to talk to you more about that. What else? Now, as I said, there's a need right now for you to save water as much as you can. Conserve water. Alright, and they're talking about how they are trying to manage leaks and all of that. We'll talk to you about that. We're hearing from Ariza today as an update to the issue that they had recently. We'll talk to you about that in a moment. the nation's workers, they're gearing up for the May Day celebrations that's going to be going down tomorrow. We're going to talk about that as well and other things on the business. All right, today she was laid to rest. That's Vanessa Harford. You remember she died on Intercall Day while she was enjoying, the rivalry between the schools. All right, we'll talk about that too. And, if we have time, we'll talk about some other things on the business. Gotta let you know the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, Real Value, IGA Supermarket, Superb Distributors, Infinite Contractors, The Big Insurance, and all the other sponsors on the program. Of course, we're happy to have you. Someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credits, compliments. Digicel, we want that lucky person to be you. We're taking a little thing, and we're coming back. Stay right there.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Mark your calendars, football fanatics. The GFA is turning 100 this year, and we're ready to celebrate. It's GFA's Legends Weekend, a 3-day extravaganza, kicking off on Friday, May 3rd, and running all the way till Sunday, May 5th. Witness history in the making. The Caribbean taking on the world in a clash of legendary international footballers on Sunday, May 5th at the electrifying Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Get ready to roar with the crowd as iconic legends like Emmanuel Adebayor, El Haj Diouf, Alex Song, Michael Essien, Luis El Matador Hernandez, Shaka Hislop, Asamoah Gyan, Ricardo Bibi Gardner, Russell Latapi, Shallery Joseph, Jason Roberts, Dexter Daps, and a whole host of superstars light up the pitch. Get your tickets now. Main pavilion $80, secondary stand $40, or the Vibe stand, that's the bleachers, $25, or upgrade your experience with a VIP ticket for $500, inclusive of a 4-course menu and premium beverages. Tickets available online at gotofed.com and all approved GFA box offices island-wide. Kickoff is at 5 p.m. And don't forget the opening match, Grenada's ex-nationals select team versus Grenadian celebrities. And the feature match with the International Football All-Stars. Keep your eyes peeled on GFA's social media for the full squad reveal. GFA's Legend Weekend. Be there.
All right. So let's get into the business right now. The Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force would like to notify the general public that the requirements for upgrading to a D-Class driver's license have been adjusted. Drivers are no longer required to submit a medical certificate when applying for the upgrade. The requirements for producing the medical certificate is no longer necessary. You have to produce a medical certificate, all right? And they say it will be at the discretion of the licensing authority. The applicant will be informed when it is necessary, all right? The requirement to produce a medical certificate will be at the discretion of the licensing authority, and the applicant will be informed when it is necessary, all right? The current requirements are as follows. You must be the holder of a B, C, or C1 driver's license. You must have been the holder of such B, C, or C1 driver's license for no less than 5 years. You must at least pay a license upgrade fee of $30, a one-time fee, and pay the relevant fees for the D-Class license. Now, the RGPF say that they'd like to thank the public for your usual cooperation. Good. So the next thing that we have to talk to all about, boy, the government of Grenada, they announced a firearms amnesty that will be commencing on the first day of May 2024, and it will be ending at 12 a.m. on the 30th day of July 2024. Any person who satisfies the conditions specified in Section 4 of the Firearms Order, gazetted on April 29th, that was yesterday, will be granted the relief specified under Section 51A of the Act, referred to as the Firearms Amnesty. Now, the aim of the amnesty is to lessen the potential for the commission of violent crimes and firearms-related incidents by reducing the number of firearms and ammunition circulating illegally in the state of Grenada. In furtherance of this objective, the government believes that declaring a firearms amnesty is one of the approaches that may help to achieve the stated objectives. Now, the Firearms Amnesty Act provides an opportunity for individuals to surrender firearms-related items, and ammunition without fear of prosecution. Now, during the designated period, individuals can turn in these items at designated drop-off locations, no questions asked. Here are the conditions for the amnesty. 1. During the period specified, the firearms or ammunition should be surrendered. A. At any police station to the officer in charge or the officer on duty, or B. At the office of the Royal Grenada Police Force headquarters to an officer designated by the Commissioner of Police for that purpose. 2. A person shall not be required to disclose his or her identity or any information when surrendering firearms or ammunition, and no details of the person who surrendered the said firearms or ammunition shall be recorded. 3. An attorney at law may surrender a firearm or ammunition on behalf of a person seeking a firearms amnesty in accordance with the Act. The amnesty is part of a comprehensive approach to addressing gun violence and promoting community safety. Prime Minister and Minister for National Security, the Honorable Dickon Mitchell, believes that every firearm surrendered through this amnesty program represents a potential life saved and one less gun on the street. Says that our priority is that the safety and well-being of our citizens, and this initiative is a proactive step towards achieving that goal, says Prime Minister. Alongside enforcement efforts and educational initiatives by the RGPF, the amnesty program underscores the government's commitment to fostering a safer and more secure environment for all. All right, so please be guided again. There is nothing to worry about where the firearms amnesty is concerned. Nothing about no testing and nothing so. You come, you drop the firearm off, and that's it. No questions asked. You don't have to say nothing. Nobody could arrest you. Nobody could wrench and thing up the face. You just say, look. You understand? Look. And walk away. That's it. They cannot come behind you 1 year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, 4, 5 years later, 6 years later, nothing so. All right? You're good. That's what the amnesty is all about. So those of you who would have had the fear of prosecution, nothing so. Nothing so. All right? Right. So, yesterday I kind of felt a kind of way when I heard about the current situation with regards to the water levels at the dams and reservoirs and stuff. I feel that way. I ain't lying. I feel that way. Because it came right after somebody who I know very well told me it's been 8 days since they have gotten water in their pipe. 8 days. I can't imagine not having water for 8 minutes. Some people without water for 8 days. I mean, when you're around your friends, because you can't bathe as much as you want to. You understand? You can't use as much water as you want when showering. You can't wash your clothes as thorough as you would want to. So there's a consequence to not having water in your tap. Automatically. Whether you like to believe it or not, there's a consequence. Sometimes you're the last person to know that you have a odor. Because your nose already accustomed to that. Your nose moving on to new sense. That's how the nose works. So don't think, well, if I ain't smelling myself, I ain't smelling at all. That don't make no sense. The nose notifies you of the new sense. You understand? Simple. So, it might have notified you sometime and you ignore it. Just know it's still there. Even if you don't smell it, it is still. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that girl. So now they've been preaching water conservation, saving water, having adequate storage. Because how do you save without not having proper storage as well? You have to have adequate storage. And they're saying what compounds the issue for some people is the fact that they have the valve regulation taking place. So there are certain times in the day when they will not get water and sometimes when they will get water. But the thing is, if you're not home when the water comes and you don't have storage facility like a tank, it turns out like it's almost like water never come for you. So Jamila Lewis, who's from the PR department, this was part of the discussion at yesterday's press conference.
So NAWASA continues, of course, with its proactive. We operate from a dry season communication plan, and it's what has guided us over the past years and actually is guiding us for 2024. We continue to utilize, of course, our social media platforms as much as possible, and that is what we've realized. We got attraction in terms of persons buying into the idea of the need for valve regulation, the need to acquire storage, the need to conserve and manage your water supply as much as possible. The reality is that one of our greatest challenge, and I was actually speaking to someone on Saturday about that, one of the greatest challenge we have is that the majority of persons don't have storage. So even with the valve regulation schedules that we have in place, when the water comes, if you are not at your home and you don't have a storage tank, then you miss that opportunity. So we continue to clamor for the public to ensure that they have some form of storage. If you cannot invest in a water storage tank, and we understand you may have your financial challenges, get additional drums, because when the water truck operators go to give water, that is the greatest challenge. You come and you have 2 buckets. Imagine a water truck living to bring 2 buckets of water. By the time the water truck goes back, the 2 buckets of water is complete. And then while you're clamoring, there are other areas that we also need. So we continue with our awareness campaign. Of course, every year you believe that you can do more, and we will continue to do more. We have been very active on our social media platforms. We are actually across the spectrum, should I say. We have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We have our Facebook page. We also have our mobile app where we give push notification as well. So we continue to do as much as possible. What is critical for us is to get the public's buying of the need for storage, because that's the greatest. They write us, they tell us, yes, we give, okay, we're going to send the water truck, and when the water truck goes, that's one of our greatest challenge.
I think but we need to do that. I at one point in time, I thought the hardwares they were providing, I think on the spot hardware did it. They were offering loans to persons to get water tanks. I don't know, like water tank, just as like you have sheets of galvanized over your roof to save you from getting wet. I just feel like every household needs a water tank. It's like, I don't know. Anyway. So they are appealing to persons to save water because we are a jet situation that we're dealing with right now. Here's another thing. NAWASA too has an obligation to manage their lines that are sometimes broken and there are leaks. Sometimes they call it leak. Sometimes like a whole river running through. You understand? So while you ask people to conserve, you too need to check out those leaks. But now, as I say, when people call and report leaks, sometimes they don't give proper direction, or they don't leave no direction at all. So it makes it hard for NAWASA to be able to get it. NAWASA have one story. Some people have another story. Somebody sent me a video yesterday. I have to send it to NAWASA just now. I spoke to one of the reps about it. A whole river running. And then I stand from a leak. Well, it can't be a leak. You understand? So we need to fix that up. All right? And so the acting general manager, he was also speaking on the issue of the non-revenue water that they need to cut down on, leaks and so on, you know, so as to make the situation better for everybody.
I'd like to introduce here the subject of non-revenue water management, which is a term that hasn't been widely used, in years gone by. It is an important component of the G-Cruise project. Non-revenue water, simply put, is water that NAWASA expends large sums of money to collect, treat, distribute, but for which it does not get revenue, hence non-revenue water. Again, simply put, a major component, but not by any means the only component of non-revenue water, is leaks in the municipal system itself. So leaks in our system. The approach to that is through a program of leak detection and repair. And when the pipes are beyond their useful economic lives and are leaking virtually all the time, they have to be replaced, which is again the backbone of the G-Cruise project and the UK SIF project, is pipeline replacement. But there are many other components. An important part, as I said, of the G-Cruise project is improving our non-revenue water management. We're going to be having an exercise shortly, maybe as early as next week, to be able to accurately, and using a software, a program provided through the project, we're going to sit as a team and we're going to compute our non-revenue water for mainland Grenada. And that is going to assist us, and we'll do it maybe every 6 months or every year thereafter. That is going to assist us to more efficiently manage the water supply systems on
Grenada. Thank you very much, sir. That makes a lot of sense. All right, a lot of sense. Speaking British right now, it makes a lot of sense. All right. Now, as we move on, we're hearing from two boy, Ariza boy. So Ariza had a serious problem about a month ago. Things were compromised. They had to shut the bank down, the credit union down, and, they had to purge their system, Well, I can't tell you, I can't give you too much details of what happened and things. Mind all the business, I don't need to know that. But boy, oh boy, that made life hard for the customers, I'm telling you, boy. So, apparently, things are now back to normal, as the credit union is saying in their latest dispatch. If I may, good, let me get it for you. Here, Mr. Speaker, we are pleased, according to Ariza, to announce that all services at Ariza Credit Union have been fully restored following the recent cyber incident. We understand the inconvenience this may have caused and sincerely appreciate your patience and understanding throughout this challenging time. He goes on to say here that at Ariza, we remain steadfast in our dedication to providing you with seamless connectivity, innovative solutions, and unparalleled member service. Your satisfaction and trust are paramount to us, and we will continue to work tirelessly to exceed your expectation across all aspects of your financial experience. We wish to take this moment to assure you once again that neither Ariza nor our members has lost any funds due to this recent incident. And we want to reaffirm the safety and security of your deposits. It says that safeguarding your assets remains our top priority, and we have implemented all necessary measures to ensure its protection. Thank you for standing with us. Thank you. All right, from the Ariza family. All right, they say they want to thank you for your ongoing support and loyalty. And they say you could, if you have any questions and so you could check them out. But what I have to tell you this, I don't know who did. I have an idea, but I'm not very certain. Whoever was responsible for the crisis management response for Ariza need Ariza pay. You understand? They need Ariza pay because I think they did well. You understand? So whoever was part of the team, big up on your whole self. You understand? But things are back to normal. Ding, 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 ding. All right? Good. Only how we looking for time. Cyber attack. You all remember cyber used to mean something different back in the days, you know. Who remembers what cyber used to mean back in the day? I mean, I grew up in the thing, so I could tell you what I ain't going to tell all of that. You're going to do all your own research. You know, the language has changed so drastically. It's only we who are stupid when things are changing. You understand? When things have been handed down to us from our ancestors, sometimes, you know, when times change, you need to tweak the thing a little bit, make it a little more contemporary. We still want to be politically correct. You understand? It's for, not fund. Don't try to. Yo, so if everybody is saying it's fund based on its spelling when we speak English and no other language, that's a mother tongue, English. And back in the day, it was required to pronounce it for. 99 people says fund because of the spelling, and one person saying it's for because of our ancestors, you know. That one person want to break 99 people's neck. You understand? Only ingredient. I've seen things change so much all over the world. It was one thing before, and based on the demands and the changes within our society and civilization, we just changed a little bit to suit. But we, you understand? But we, no, even if the word spell wrong, we jamming still. We're jamming still. Because why? That is what was handed down to us. All I find that making sense? Anyway, let's leave that talk. Hey, Jackie. Google used to be what? Google used to be a noun. Google used to be a thing we call the name of a web application. It used to be called Google. Google is a web application and noun. Right? Over time, what are you doing? I'm Googling something. That now becomes an action word. Or you go sit down and fight that fight and say, well, Google is a noun and has to be a noun. But if everybody says that I am Googling something, then it becomes an action word. It becomes a verb. It becomes a doing something, right? But no. Leave that to Grenadians. Leave that to a small island. They will fight it for the rest of their life. It's a no. But you stay there. You stay there. Anyway, we're moving. I ain't come here for that. Okay, so Spicemas is around the corner. And they are putting things in place. The routes, discussions about the routes, discussions about the times. I remember that was a big thing last year in terms of the times, the start time for the various activities. Like, for example, you have on the Carnival Monday, you have Juve, then you will have the Old Mass, and then you have the bands coming out, and usually there's an overlap. And that is to the annoyance of the band that comes after. You understand? So the Old Mass vex with the Juve people. And the Pretty Mass vex with the Old Mass people. And then the Monday night people vex with the pageant people. Well, you know, and it goes on like that. So, every year there's a discussion and they're trying to fine-tune the thing. Cecil Noel is the CEO of the Spicemas Corporation, and yesterday he outlined, permit me to have a little longer clip tonight because I don't like to paraphrase. You know, when people say things in a particular way, I like to leave them to say it for themselves. I don't have the authority to interpret. You understand? And I didn't use discourse. When people say the thing, leave them let them say it for themselves. So Mr. Noel is saying this.
Start and end time. It is extremely important that we take note of this, because what we have found and are fully aware of is that if our Spicemas is to have any real resemblance of order, time is one of the key ingredients. So for example, you will see I have here for Juve, 4 a.m. We are fully aware that with respect to the law, what it says is 5, but we are encouraging people to gather as early as possible so we can have an early start, because everything is going to be time bound. So if we can gather 4 a.m. and get moving, let's say 1:15, 1/2, and there's no real challenges with respect to the security aspect and other things, is going to be key. But part of why we are also really pushing for that, remember I told you about that spectacle and what we want to do with the jabs at Kirani James Boulevard? That early start time is going to be critical for the plans we have for jab. And I'm going to be saying it, and our PRO is going to be saying it, because we expect this to be something really big for Grenada and for jab and our Juve. So Juve will start, we'll have an early start, congregating from 4 and moving, and the plan is to start the stop around 9 o'clock. So for example, with the aid of the RGPF officers, we will be going around, let's say primarily to people like the DJ, and announcing to people that we are time to boil down, if I may say it that way, or time to simmer down. So by 9:30, all DJ music should be stopped. By 10 o'clock, we're hoping the place, people clear the place, we can clean it and get ready for the next event on the street, which is pageant. We are really asking people to work with us. Last year we tried it, it worked well, and we just want to improve on it this year to make sure we have that level of control with time. The pageant will start at 1 p.m. And this year, for Monday, the pageant, we're going to be putting some additional emphasis on the traditional mass, which I also mentioned, outside of the traditional mass festival in Victoria. So I am making the appeal from all now. DJs, people playing music along the Kirani James Boulevard, please, the first session of pageant on Monday is for that of the display and the parading of the traditional mass. So we will not need any DJ music. The jab going to be using drums. The Vaco, the clogs, and the other people will be doing the chant. And we want it to be a case where this could be a truly family experience. People come out, you're able to hear what is being said, and you see what is being done. Because it's going to be a display of what's supposed to happen with the various traditional mass bands.
By the way, do you know that it was a lot like that back in the day? You had the donkey mask, and they used to take the thing by they making thing with cardboard and thing, and they're making a big thing, and they put a little dress in the back, and when they hear, then people think it's a big thing, and a big little bam bam thing, and then shaking, and then you had the vehicle, and the vehicle crap, and they're making all the displays in the street, crap, and then they shortly chant, and they shortly, and then there used to be the sailor mass, yeah? There used to be the sailor mass, and all of that. So I think that is what they're trying to establish here. And so we have to, give them the support. I understand we are trying to get back what it is that we've lost from the mass. So give them a hearing on that one, yeah?
So that is expected to start 1 p.m. and end at 6 p.m. And we want to end at 6 p.m. so that people now can recoup, get themselves organized for the Monday night mass, which commences at 8 p.m. And the Monday night mass will start at 8 p.m. and go maybe as late as 2 a.m. if necessary. I know over the years we heard a lot of complaints with Monday night mass. But again, from the experience of last year, we did not start 8, but guess what? We started 8:15, and a lot of people applauded us for that. We still have 15 minutes to catch up on, and we will do that in 2024. The parade of the bands on Tuesday, that is expected to commence at 11 a.m. And again, coming out of all the discussions and meetings we had, especially with the fancy mass band leaders, we expect that to happen. I will just explain to you. Part of the discussion had to do with how do we encourage the people that's playing mass, who spend the money for the fancy mass, to make sure they are there to commence and to really use up their spendings and enjoy themselves on the road. So things we know that other activities in other parishes, the fancy mass band leaders has taken upon themselves to try as much as possible to educate their masqueraders of the importance of being on time, having spent the money to be on the street and do what has to be done. So as early as maybe during some of the registration, they are going to take the opportunity to speak to that. I mean, ACP is here, and part of what we explained to them, if a band has a number to be on the road at number 1, and they're not ready, what we plan to do is pack them up on the side, and maybe that's kind of like not what I want. Because we have to be able to get the movement on the road.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cecil Noel. Mr. Cecil Noel is the CEO of the Spicemas Corporation. So May Day celebrations tomorrow. Expect to see the various groups, the teachers union and all of them come out and they do the picketing and they're doing whatever it is that they do. It'll be rather interesting to see what some of the chants will be, what are some of the grievances will be anyway, it will be interesting. Family members, I'm taking a quick break and come back. And of course, today was no ordinary day. By the way, before we go there, Vanessa Harford, she was buried today. She died on Intercall Day when she was celebrating her school and having fun with her friends. She collapsed and later died. Of course, that took a lot of people by shock. She was a very popular young woman. Life of the party, as they say. Yeah, no boring show, never a dull moment. And of course, I think her death took many by shock. And so today, many showed up at the funeral service to pay their final respects. And it was a service that was well attended and viewed online. I think I see that the viewership for her service is somewhere past 100,000 viewers thus far. So of course she's met a lot of people and impacted the life of many, and so she will be greatly missed. Taking a break, coming back. When I come back, I'll be back.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love. Like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
In recognition of our nation's independence, we're celebrating the journey to 50 with an exclusive car insurance offer. If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Excuse me, miss. What's that ding-ding noise?
Oh, that's customers collecting points from a frequent shopper program.
Okay.
Each time you shop with your frequent shopper card, you earn points, which can be redeemed for future discounts on purchases. Seems like you don't have one.
Nope.
You can sign up today and start collecting your points.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right.
Address, pay slip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
See this? This is water. Essential, irreplaceable. An average person uses 35 gallons of water daily, but sometimes we take it for granted. But what if, like during a hurricane, this faucet runs dry? That's why every household needs a water storage system. Imagine 3 days worth of water supply, always ready for emergency. And when you run low, nature's got your back. You can capture rainwater for use. And that's how you use nature's gift in a smart, sustainable way. So when service gets interrupted, you're not. Until our next flash of Nawasa wisdom, know your household needs and store a minimum of 3 days water supply. Stay water wise and see you next time.
This advertisement is in a series showcasing Nawasa's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
This is the GIS Evening Report for Tuesday, April 30th, 2024. I am Rakisha St. Louis. In the headlines, Labour Minister to lead delegation to annual May Day celebrations in St. Patrick on Wednesday. We'll have details to this story and more after the break.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. Make us all VIPs. Take your vaccine, get immunized and protected. Kids, let's build our immunity to have a healthier society. I'm vaccinated, I'm immunized, and I'm protected. Get vaccinated, for we the children's future. Protect the Spicemas together. Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back. Minister for Labour Honourable Claudette Joseph will lead a delegation to the annual Labour Day celebrations in St. Patrick on Wednesday. Minister Joseph, who will address the rally, will be accompanied by the Labour Commissioner and Deputy Labour Commissioner. The celebrations will attract hundreds of workers represented by the various unions under the umbrella Grenada Trades Union Council. Will be held under the theme Recognizing Labour Contribution to Nation Building over the past 50 years as we move forward with renewed vision and purpose. Workers will converge at the MacDonald College School grounds, from where they will march to the full playing field where the celebrations will be held. During an interview with the GIS on Tuesday, officer in charge of the Western Division, ASP Arlene Lewis, said officers will be deployed early to ensure a smooth execution of the celebrations.
The parade will commence from the MacDonald School ground onto Redhead Street, onto Main Street, that is along Sutter's Police Station, onto Lower Main Street, that's at the Sutter's Bus Terminus, onto La Fortune, and onto the Fond Playing Field. That is a route for May Day 2024 celebration.
She adds that a traffic plan is in place and must be adhered to by motorists entering St. Patrick for the May Day celebrations.
Vehicles traveling from Grenville will not be allowed to come directly onto Main Street. When I say directly onto Main Street, they will be allowed to make a left turn onto Lamode Public Road. And when I said the junction of Mades, I'm referring to Boss Yard. To be specific in that junction, you make that left turn onto Mades Street, onto Mali, that's at the top of Mali Cemetery. You can enter and drop off persons at the playing field. Then the bus or buses will turn, go back onto the top of Mali, exit at the bottom of Lower Mali, onto Coconut Road, and then park at the bus terminus. Please bear in mind that at the commencement of the rally, no vehicles will be allowed to travel onto Main Street. And I would repeat, would not be able or allowed to travel onto Main Street. Therefore, vehicles traveling from Grenville direction would have to use the route as explained. That's that left turn onto Mades Junction. During the commencement of the march, all vehicles would be traveling at the outskirts of the town. When I say the outskirts of the town, if you are entering from Shantimel direction and at the bottom of Lower Mali, you will make a right turn onto Lamode Public Road and exit onto Mades Public Road.
No vehicles will be allowed onto the Coconut Road to get to the Sutter's Bus Terminus. Special arrangements will be made for dignitaries to park at the venue.
This street from the junction of Lower Mali onto Coconut Road, that's the junction of Lower Main Street, will be closed to vehicular traffic during the march. Also, the junction of Main Street and Sutter's Redhead Street, that's at the top of Sutter's, vehicle will be closed to accommodate the march. Parking, vehicles will be allowed to park at the grounds of the MacDonald College, Breakwater, that is well known to all and sundry, I think, throughout Grenada. That's in the area of Main Street on the right towards Calico supermarkets and at the Sotes bus terminus. As it relates to dignitaries and officials, they will be allowed to park in the venue to the side of the pavilion, back of the venue.
Superintendent Esau Pear, officer in charge of the Criminal Investigations Department, urges the union members to celebrate in a manner that minimizes incidents during and after the activities.
No question of speeding, no question of consumption of alcohol and other substances, and utilization of vehicles. I want to caution the general public up front. Let us go to the activities and return home safe, and let us avoid other issues of domestic violence and so on during this period. Stay safe and ensure that others are safe. Be your brother's keeper. Look out for one another.
7 unions are expected to participate in the celebrations on May 1st. The Commercial and Industrial Workers Union, Grenada Maritime Manual and Intellectual Workers Union, Grenada Public Workers Union, Grenada Union of Teachers, Seamen and Waterfront Workers Union, and the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, and the Bank and General Workers Union. The march will be led by the Grenada Trades Union Council. The government of Grenada announces a firearms amnesty commencing on May 1st and ending at 12 a.m. on the 30th day of July 2024. The aim of the amnesty is to lessen the potential for the commission of violent crimes and firearms-related incidents by reducing the number of firearms and ammunition circulating illegally in the country. The Firearms Amnesty Act provides an opportunity for individuals to surrender firearms, firearms-related items, and ammunition without fear of prosecution. During the designated period, individuals can turn in these items at designated drop-off locations without fear of being questioned. During the period specified, the firearm or ammunition should be surrendered at any police station to the officer in charge or the officer on duty, or at the Royal Grenada Police Force Office Headquarters to an officer designated by the Commissioner of Police for that purpose. An individual will not be required to disclose his or her identity or any information when surrendering a firearm or ammunition, and no details of the person who surrendered the firearm or ammunition shall be recorded. An attorney at law may surrender a firearm or ammunition on behalf of a person seeking a firearms amnesty in accordance with the Act. This is the GIS Evening Report. More news when we return.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
I am VIP. I am vaccinated. I am immunized. I am protected. Our children and nation depend on vaccination for immunization. Childhood vaccination is national priority. It is their protection from disease and sicknesses. Let's all be VIPs and safeguard our beautiful Grenada. I am DJ Blackstorm and I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Faced with an increased amount of house and bush fires during this dry season, the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources, working with the RGPF, has suspended the issuing of licenses for burning with immediate effect. This important move aims to safeguard the well-being of residents and ecosystems and reduce air pollution. Officer in charge of the Fire Department, Sergeant Thaddeus Hamilton, recently cautioned the public about the indiscriminate setting of fires.
We'll be taking a more robust approach to fires, especially bushfires. Those fires will be investigated and persons will be held accountable. So we are encouraging persons to, as far as reasonable possible, if you can avoid setting of fires for this dry season, it will go a long way in the department's safeguarding life, property, and the environment.
Sergeant Hamilton informed of the use of treated water in fighting those fires, which leads to limited water to the homes of the affected communities.
So let's say there is violent regulation in a particular village or a particular district, and there is a major bushfire in that area. There is hydrants within that local. The fire personnel will use the hydrant in that area to suppress the fire, thus reducing the amount of water available for human consumption. Yes? So we're encouraging our citizens to be smart, be aware of the dangers of fires, and conserve water, and also reduce the occurrence of indiscriminately setting fires without the proper authority.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources encourages residents to explore alternative waste management methods such as composting and recycling to responsibly dispose of organic waste. The National Water and Sewage Authority NAWASA is exploring long-term permanent solutions to effectively address the problems faced annually during the dry season. Planning and Development Manager Wim Cox said the company wants to incorporate technology into its scheme of doing business. He explained that in collaboration with G-Cruise and other partners, NAWASA will invest in capacity building, computer software, and climate-smart equipment. These investments will put the company in a better position to effectively and equitably distribute water to its customers.
We are constantly doing that here in NAWASA, mentioning under the G-Cruise project and under all of the DM project, capacity building for NAWASA, for Grenada, is always something that we highlight. In the coming days, we have a couple of our engineers would be traveling to Germany just to see what's happening there. We are always on top of the technology, and again, we haven't gotten into all of the details and the nuts and bolts of what is happening, but as it stands now, we are looking at interventions and more interventions to come. We're looking at a number of interventions, but again, these interventions are so expensive. Yeah, we are looking at one of the interventions, one of the areas that we believe that we have quite a bit of NRW is in our meters. Yeah, the meters that we use now, they're analog meters. They still use cogs and stuff spinning around. Whenever any little particle gets in them, they block, and persons receive water, then they're not charged. All of that goes into our NRW. Yeah, the last numbers that we look at for the introduction of ultrasonic meters for smart meters range in the vicinity of 20 million USD. Yeah, it's not something that we could just pick up and say that we could do tomorrow. So we're doing a lot internally. The G-Cruise project is looking at the introduction of an IT asset management that would help us with our internal processes, so our response time to leaks, and so as somebody mentioned a while ago, would be a lot less, would be a lot better. The introduction of GIS monitoring, all of our assets now is on. We're getting them on a map of Grenada, so when somebody say that we have a leak in area X or area Y, we could pull up and see exactly what is there. So a lot is happening internally from an innovative standpoint.
Improvements will also be made to the non-revenue water management system. This is water that NAWASA expends large sums to collect, treat and distribute, but does not collect the revenue. Acting General Manager Terrence Smith spoke about the possible benefits.
We're going to be having an exercise shortly, maybe as early as next week, to be able to accurately, and using a software, a program provided through the project, we're going to sit as a team and we're going to compute our non-revenue water for mainland Grenada. And that is going to assist us, and we'll do it maybe every 6 months or every year thereafter. That is going to assist us to more efficiently manage the water supply systems.
We'll take our final break. When we come back, Carriacou Marine and String Band Music Festival organizers satisfied with the support.
Stomp out careless or intentional bushfires, dead out. Youths, hunters, smokers, let's prevent bushfires. Here's why.
Yeah, bushfires. The shoreline's wet, crops should be bushfires. Can't lead to food, scarcity.
threatened biodiversity, cause water shortage, water calamity. Bushfires, watersheds deplete, water quality, threaten property, life and security. Bushfires set intentionally, water insanity.
Bushfires can cost millions in losses annually and are often caused by careless or intentional actions indictable under the law. Forests are life-giving. Save them. A message from the Fire Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force and the Caribbean Open Trade Support.
Welcome back. Tourism officials say the efforts of Carriacou and Petite Martinique to preserve traditions will yield positive results for further cultural and economic development. 3 days of activities involving the cooking of traditional food and music and wear display have just concluded in the island's Maroon and String Band Festival under the theme "Coming Together to Preserve and Showcase Our Culture is Who We Are." Tourism and Culture Minister Senator the Honorable Adrian Thomas is satisfied with the growth in participation and commits government's continued support. He said if Carriacou continues to preserve its history and tradition the way it does, it has a bright future.
Carriacou has a culture that must be envied by the rest of the world. We cannot afford to let it just go just like that. I think it is no longer a village thing in Carriacou. It is now a culture that must be exhibited to the entire region in the Caribbean, to the world. And we have to come to the realization that we are no longer exhibiting this culture for the villages in Carriacou, but we are exhibiting it for Europe, for North America, and the entire world. What happened this year, I'm very thrilled. The food that is being offered, the saraka, the culture, the people coming from Union Island, the people coming from Grenada, Tivoli drummers demonstrating our ancestors' customs. I mean, in such a way, I think this is the right platform to really demonstrate the culture of Carriacou. And I think we must commend Carriacou for holding on to a lot of aspects of the African culture.
Product Development Manager Curl Hoshtialik told the GIS Carriacou's traditional displays are not only for Grenadians, but being a destination of choice for many international visitors, it becomes a globally marketed festival.
You need to see it evolving, and this is exactly why we continue to support. You see it if you guys were in the Strings in the City yesterday, you've seen how it's evolved from last year, with the stick fighting and the dancing of the cake, and yesterday they would have had the clash of the bands, right? Yeah. We've seen even the flambeau parade on the Monday grow, 100 lamps. All of those things are really important. But I think the most significant part of what happens with part of the tourism product is the fact that we, as Grenadians, and understand the significance of Carriacou and Carriacou's culture, that we make sure that we continue to support it.
The weekend of activities included the libation, saraka, flambeau march, strings in the city, and other cultural music, drumming, and dance performances. Here are some highlights and some reactions.
And protection. We're just doing it. You show us the way, and we continue. Amen.
Lend me your ears.
Brave
I
girl.
come to bury Caesar,
Brave girl.
but not to praise him.
Brave girl.
The evil that men do shall live after them.
Brave girl.
The good has not entered with their bones, so
Brave
let
girl.
it be with Caesar. Do not Brutus has told you Caesar was ambitious. If it was
Brave
so,
girl.
it was a grievous fault, and grievous is Caesar had answered it.
Brave girl.
It's paradise here, and so warm, so hot, and everybody's so nice. So thank you for welcoming us. It's a pleasure. We were supposed to leave 2 days ago, but everybody told us that today was the festival, so we stayed just for that, and it's so nice here. It's a very, very good time.
It's my first time to Maroon Fest. First time ever. And since I was a little girl, I've heard about Maroon Fest, and I've always wanted to have the experience. We arrived here on Friday morning. We went to the show on Friday evening. It was somewhat disappointing, but nonetheless, we had a good time.
It's my first Maroon Festival. I had to make it this year. You know, I came up for Carnival, I went back in Grenada, and I said, well, this Maroon Festival, I had to make sure I make it and really to get the experience of what it is they're doing Carriacou here with the Maroon Festival. So I've been through all 3 times, for Friday, Saturday, and today, Sunday. Energizing, you know, beautiful spirit, beautiful people, you know. As I say, I'm just enjoying the vibes. So I had to make sure I come out here and really enjoy, just the same way as other people had to come out here for the first time. So it's really emotionally experienced, you know. It's a healing, is a love, unconditional.
I live in New York, so I'm familiar with the process of doing the parents. So when there's a death and we have to set up the table for like a 9-night or a 40-night, I will participate and help out preparing the thing. It's done by not too many people, like 2 or 3 persons will do it, because you don't want to be crowded, because certain things are not added to the food. Like you have to stay away from garlic, stay away from cloves and all of that. So you have to know what you're doing when you. So I do it in New York, so I'm a bit familiar with the process. I enjoy doing it. It's something that I take seriously because it's passed on by our ancestors. And like the kids there, we just know it's a good thing for us to carry on, to keep the legacy and the tradition going. So I really take this very seriously when I do this.
Finally, Minister for Education, Senator the Honorable David Andrew, met with the teachers in charge of 2 preschools in St. George's last week, who presented their cases for bigger buildings and play areas for the children. Senator Andrew, accompanied by a team from the Ministry of Education, toured Parkview Preschool and St. John's Street Preschool to assess the situation. Sarana Mitchell has more.
Teacher in charge at the St. John Street Preschool, Anthea Mitchell-Bubb, passionately shared her wish for a new site for her school on Wednesday when Minister for Education, Senator the Honorable David Andrew, visited the school. The preschool, which currently accommodates 23 children, serves parents from most of the parishes who work in the St. George's Town area.
We have been in this building since the year 2018. All right, since the former building that we had started cracking up and there were some issues in the building, we had to be relocated, and the quickest place that we could have found was next door to the school, that we can still remain within the town area so that it be easy access for parents.
Parkview Preschool has 78 children and serves Cherry Hill, Darbo, Mount Rush, and the surrounding areas. Teacher in charge, Gail Blackett, wants a totally new building.
The thing about it is that we were clamoring for a new school, so like to change the school from board to wall. So him visiting would kind of stimulate or maybe cause the process to be speedy.
Senator Andrew says the concerns by the schools are genuine, and he commended the work of the teachers in making use of the limited space in which they currently operate.
In this budget cycle, the chances are a little slimmer in a total sense. There may be some things we may be able to do, but we did have the unfortunate incident that in this case, the St. John's preschool was supposed to be a BNTF project, which has been put on hold and promised to be rolled over into the next period of consideration. So that's a little setback for this school. In terms of, while there is a suggestion though that the ministry could adopt the project, that was not budgeted for, and it's something that we would have to discuss more clinically to determine whether or not it could happen, and then there are often unseen costs with those things that we need to carefully analyze. In the case of St. John's, Parkview, there are several proposals whether we consider rebuilding in a concrete structure at the same location, or if it's safe. What are the considerations for the flooding issue that formerly plagued the area? So all of these are environmental considerations, but we will be guided by the professionals, the engineers who are on site as well.
Senator Andrew notes that the team from the Ministry of Education, in collaboration with the Ministry of Infrastructure, is in the process of reviewing the conditions, and the most critical interventions will be made as soon as possible. Sarana Mitchell reporting.
Thank you, Sarana. That story just ended the GIS Evening Report for today. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rikisha St. Louis.
Thank you, Rikisha, and the rest of the GIS News team. We head over now to check out the weather, and as usual, well, the weather is submitted by the Met Office. So what we can tell you here is that for tonight, the weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with the brief isolated showers possible. Tonight's minimum temperature 26.5 degrees Celsius, winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Heading over to Wednesday, we can tell you that the weather is expected to be generally fair and breezy, increasing in cloudiness overnight with few brief showers. Tomorrow's max temperature 31 degrees Celsius, minimum 26. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate, so to slightly rough, waves 5 to 7 feet in northerly to northeasterly swells. A small craft advisory will be in effect for tomorrow. And of course, we want to say hello to the folks who are currently locked in on YouTube. Blessings to the YouTube people, the YouTube family. We're happy to have you. All right, Suzanne, Catherine, Arthur, Anne-Maria Olive, Celine, Keith, Jennifer, everybody, Mom, and everybody else who's on YouTube. Hello to you guys. And those of you who are on Facebook, hello, Barbara Thomas and the Java and the Sharing Committee, Diana, Angel, Gloria, Glenora, Adonna, Angel, Nova Null, also, Monet, how are you doing? Angel again, Sylvina, Shireen, Joseph, Adonna again, and Hazel. Guys, take care of yourselves, all right? I'm going to get some rest. You go do the same, and we'll touch base again. No Mikey Live tomorrow. Of course, we don't do the news on holidays. I use it as an opportunity to take some rest and spend time with the family. Yvonne, Melissa, how are you? God bless you. Yeah, I have to sign a petition. You go right ahead. I'm with you. All right, guys, take care. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, ja. No. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Take care.